Dystopian Nightmare. 10 unbelievable things that will happen soon if we don't stop the march of tyranny and the enslavement of humanity. Here's my list of 10 unbelievable things that will occur if we don't stop the tyranny, with the most mild outcomes at the top of the list and the most nightmarish outcomes near the bottom of this list.
FreeIntermusic.com layout track.
1. All cryptocurrency, gold, and silver will be outlawed. All financial transactions will have to go through centralized control systems run by the regime, including CBDCs. You will be required to participate in a CBDC to pay taxes, buy food, and receive a UBI, Universal Basic Income. All your purchases will be monitored and restricted if necessary to shape your behavior. 2. Your ability to purchase food, and meat in particular, will be severely restricted based on your cultural and climate compliance score. You will be restricted to a calorie limit of allowable grocery purchases, and any food items deemed to be in non-compliance with climate propaganda, that is cheese, meat, and milk, will be restricted. 3. You will be required to conform to the narrative demands of the regime, and if the regime changes its stance on anything, you will be required to retroactively update all your previous articles, videos, social media posts, and podcasts to conform to the new narrative or face penalties and censorship. 4. You will be prohibited from growing food, saving seeds, or raising backyard chickens without receiving permission and licensing from the government, which will require you to use genetically engineered seeds and repeated vaccination of your farm animals, and no raw milk allowed. 5. You will be entirely barred from purchasing firearms, ammunition, knives, ballistic vests, or other self-defense items, leaving you at the mercy of the lawless state that's defunding police and releasing violent criminals onto the streets. 6. The state will medically kidnap your children and mutilate them to achieve gender transitions. And if you try to interfere, you will be charged with felony crimes and child abuse. This is about to become law in California. 7. You will be required to install a government-monitored network of video cameras and microphones in your home to make sure you don't say anything that might go against facts being pushed by the regime. AI systems will monitor your speech and activities. X8. You will be prohibited from purchasing a gasoline or diesel vehicle, yet at the same time, your home electricity usage will be strictly limited based on your climate and culture compliance score. In other words, if you ever wish to charge your car and drive somewhere, you will need to be completely obedient to the regime's narrative, or you'll never have enough kilowatt hours available to charge your EV. Only those who parrot the ridiculous lies of the regime, that is, a man can become a woman, will be allowed to use transportation. 9. You will most likely be replaced by AI systems or automation robots who will take over your current job. As you are displaced from work, you will be placed on a UBI system to receive automatic digital payments, but your ability to access your UBI benefits will require you to stay fully up to date on all vaccine requirements, no matter how many are demanded, and regardless of their safety. Effectively, in order to receive a UBI and be able to afford enough food to narrowly avoid starvation, you will need to agree to subject yourself to state-sponsored medical suicide via endless vaccine jabs. To live, in other words, you will have to surrender to be slowly killed by the state. 10. Extra UBI benefits will be awarded to individuals who voluntarily allow fact-checkers and public safety enforcers to have real-time, unlimited access to the microphones and cameras on their mobile devices. This will turn ordinary citizens into walking spy machines who will sweep up all surrounding audio and video from their immediate environment. 5G communication speeds are necessary to achieve this, and when smart clothing becomes a reality, microphones and cameras will be embedded into shirts, jackets, hats, and other forms of clothing, streaming real-time audio and video to government controllers who will use AI analysis to generate transcripts that can be keyword searched for speech violations that will result in harsh penalties. This will mean that you can be spied on by anyone, anywhere, at any time, including merely walking down a sidewalk or chatting in a restaurant. The reach of the regime will be unlimited. This technology was already tested during COVID, tracking individual movements and forcing people into lockdowns if their phone geolocation data showed them entering the close proximity of anyone who later tested positive for COVID.